I take this long density straight and create distinctions of our model. I will create a profile distinction as the first distinction profile separation from the beginning of my forehead. Straight one, you have separated to the end of the neck. Separation profile separation. We say, friends, after creating this distinction, the second distinction is also crown separation, also one. By ear, in the separate distinction, we have separated until the other ear. While separating this coronation, we put our comb from the beginning of the guinea forehead and the point where your back touches. We create the distinction. Here is an easy one discrimination technique. You can also apply this crown separation and my profile to divide the hair into 4 main sections. Is the technique we have applied. Very comfortable in this technique one way. You can cut the hair into pieces. After creating this distinction from the nape part, to form the basis of hair 1, we create horizontal separation. This will be our guide so your hair is short. We will determine your height here from the nape part by creating one horizontal distinction, starting from the middle part of the hair 1. I create vertical separation and the part of the hair we will cut. Finger sharp horse cutting technique. I cut it with a straight scissor stroke. After cutting I align the left side section in the same way. Then I align the section on the right in the same way. Here's the back part. Straight one sharp line cutting technique. I applied the cutting process. I determined the length of the hair here, and the next layer of 1 guinea horizontal one. I separate by creating a distinction. After creating this distinction, the guinea, from the middle part, I create one vertical separation starting from 1. The hair size we cut before. After seeing it from the bottom by aligning, I cut it and the bottom is the same. I cut it straight one way. Here after forming the basis of the hair. Your hair. Folding process to other parts. I will apply in the next section 1. I will create your angles. Yes, friends. Here, I separate it from forward again. Forward, our customers head forward, 1 From the bottom after applying. E1 I determine it with the hair dye I cut before and cutting process. I'm applying it here. I'm determining the length of the hair. Clear one way. After cutting the same size. Then creating a distinction again. I will apply the folding process. I determined the length of the hair here. And light on hair. I will gain texture. Now I'm going to split it in half again. And nape guinea 1. This time by creating one horizontal distinction. Hair vertical, 45-degree angles. It gives texture to the back of the hair. The first technique we cut is to determine the length of the hair. I determined the length of the hair here. And now, as you can see, applying one angle of vertical 45 degrees, I will cut your hair first from the hair point I cut. Here, according to the exit direction of 90 hair. 130730 degree 1 angle. I'm lifting your hair up. I cut it, then I will create one vertical distinction. Here I see the hair spot I cut before. I'm cutting now. I'm creating one vertical distinction here, and E45 1 from the hair point I cut, creating an angle. Hair cutting continues. As you can see, I determined the hair and point. I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. Here, we will create a slight bump on the back of the hair. So we will provide one light transition with folding process. I cut the left side. Now the right side is the same, forming 45-degree vertical, 145-degree angle. I cut the hair gradually by separating it one way. And one in the next section. In the same way with a vertical 45-degree angle by seeing the hair point we cut before. Same way. I create the angle after a 45-degree angle. Point cutting technique. I cut with cutting technique. I created a horizontal angle of 145 degrees here. I see the hair from the hair point I cut before. Here with the point cutting technique. I'm cutting then. At an angle of 45 degrees, I continue my cutting process again. Your guinea hair on the top one, seeing the hair point I cut before, at an angle of 45 degrees, with point cutting technique. With the point cutting technique, I continue my cutting process. I went to the left side of the hair. On the left side of the hair, a guinea, I created one horizontal separation and suitable for hair length on the nape. With a slight 45-degree angle on the sides, in the front of your hair. Short forward from the neck one, to get the image. Forward at a 45-degree angle. I continue my cutting process. And the second stage at the top of the hair. With hair length, that is, at an angle of 45 holes. By giving texture. I continue the cutting process, guys. Hair length at the peak here. Based on. I continue the cutting process. Okay. After cutting the left side, the right side is the same. Front of the neck to get a long one look. Point the hair forward as a guide, with finger grip at an angle of 45 degrees. I continue the hair cutting process. We get one view that stretches from the neck to the front. After passing the second stage, diagonal, I made one distinction, and peak hair length as a guide. I continue the hair cutting process with 45 kinds of angles. I apply point cutting technique from here. As you can see, point cutting technique. Here, I comb the hair backwards, and your hair. I make it get one long view towards the front. Now dividing the hair from the peak into two main sections. I will continue the cutting process. I separated the hair in the middle, right and left. I separated one part from the peak. Her hair is 90 degrees. I lifted it up with one angle and form a 45-degree angle from the end. I continued with the haircut. Then hair, the second part, in the same way. I lifted it at a 90-degree angle toward the exit direction upwards. And as a cut, I created a 45-degree angle, 90-45, so 90 degrees. I lift it at a right angle. I cut the tip at a 45-degree angle. As you can see here, the front of the hair is long, back short and curved one way. Story one way. I gave the appearance. Doing my last count checks. Here is our customer's head. We bend slightly, and I check with a comb. Then I scan backwards. In the nape part, by checking with hair length, I continue to cut. Left side. After applying the right side in the same way. Scanning backwards. With the short in the nape part. Long section in the front. Forming a 45-degree angle by balancing. I continue to cut. As you can see, the front was long. Backs are shorter and curved one way. Layered textured gaining 1E look. I continue to cut. Right and breadth. I'm checking. Ahum, here our haircut is over. By forming one rivety bangs on the front of the hair. We will get a short one look on the front of the hair, and we will finish our transaction. Here, your hair is from eyebrow level. Distinction triangle 1 by creating a distinction eye reception. By creating the motif, I will make one distinction from the front of the hair, creating one straight bangs. I will make it get one beautiful look. Burden. Calculating the E-gap of the nose while cutting the bangs. Again with the point cutting technique, that is, with the point cutting technique. I'm starting the haircut. And the hair slightly upwards. I gain one light bomb by scanning the side. If you want to watch my next videos too, in the videos section of my channel, you can also watch many kinds of incisions videos. So haircut coloring, ombre balayage, perm bun design. I have many categories of videos from there too. You can watch my other videos. My channels, if you want to be aware of new videos. Don't forget to activate the notification bell from my new videos. Activate the notification bell to be notified, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would be very pleased if you like my video. One next if you like my video. Many people will have watched my video too. Many people will have watched this video thanks to you. Your likes are very important, and if you subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you, our audience will grow more. I wanted to show you the latest version. As you can see, the back is long towards the front. Our bob haircut design occurred. If you want to get a haircut like this, by reaching me on social media and coming to my hall, you can get haircut service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you with one new video. Take good care of yourself. See you.
Hello friends, welcome to our channel. I'm with you with one new video. Gradient to you today, bob haircut design. I will explain in detail how it is done. I first create our basic distinctions. First, a separate profile distinction. How do I create profile separation? To the beginning of the forehead, straight line in one stripes. To the distinction we have reserved until the end of the neck. We say profile separation. Crown separation in division 2. Crown separation is also 2 eyebrows, 2 ears apart, 1. The distinction we have separated from ear to ear. We call crown separation. With this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. So profile separation and crown separation hair automatically 4. We separate the main part. We make this distinction first. When creating a distinction, because we will form the basis of the bob distinction here. From the bottom of every distinction, I'm creating one horizontal distinction. After creating the distinction on the right and left sides, as you can see again, here, I clearly state with lines. After creating this separation, we will cut the basic length of the hair. In this distinction, after cutting hair length, without creating any mistakes, is your right side short? Is your left side long? It's like it happened, we eliminate the problems. First, we determine the length of the hair. Here is our guide hair length. From the middle part of the hair, from the neck, we want to see. Creating a distinction. The first distinction is a distinction where we will determine the length of the hair, as you can see here. Starting from the middle part, we will cut the other parts to the same size. We will start from the nape part, and when I come to the front parts, light 1 horizontal at an angle of 45 TL. Short to forward 1A. We will continue our haircut with an angle. As you can see here, with the sharp horse cutting technique. With straight scissor stroke, I continue our haircut. After crossing to the left, we use our comb as a ruler. The hair point we cut before, aligning comb with 6 haircut technique. We cut straight one way. If you want here, you can also cut it straight in one way. If you want, it's a little lighter to make the front a little longer. Horizontal 1 distinction, exhibiting a horizontal 1E grip, one slightly forward at a slightly 45-degree angle. We can get in view. If you want the light front to be long here, comb a little horizontally in one way. Then we can make it look longer one by holding. After cutting here, the left side is the same as the right side. Here to prevent the protrusion of the ear, so I scan it backwards, separating it from the middle part of the ear. Lightweight, and prevent the protrusion of the ear here. You know, your hair, to prevent it from being crooked. After separating, my comb is slightly forward again, a slightly curved shape. Holding it so I don't cut it straight, to provide a slightly forward-looking one. Light 1E monthly. With comb grip. Light forward. To provide one extending appearance. I hold it at that angle and I continue my cut here light. Comb with a slight 45-degree diagonal separation. Diagonale ignite combe. I cut after holding it the same way. And the front of the light hair gets a longer one look. As you can see here, I create the second distinction. After cutting the basic structure of the hair, I'm creating the horizontal separation again in the second stage. Here I am creating one distinction from the middle again. And after creating a distinction, I will create a horizontal 45-degree angle. I'm combing the hair here. I'm looking from the bottom, seeing the hair point I cut before. Then, lifting slightly upwards horizontally, holding at 1E angle. I apply cut. This angle is kept here. Horizontal is a 45-degree angle. Again in the same way, one. The next section in the same way. Again with the sniper cutting technique. I continue my haircut with straight scissors blow. The hair I cut as a guide in the middle. The left and right sides are the same. I continue by cutting guinea 2, 1. I'm creating a distinction here. I'm creating horizontal distinctions. You too. My video, like and express your thoughts in the comments. I want friends. If you like my video and if you also share your social media address, we will reach many people. The second distinction. Guinea this time, guinea horizontal 45-degree angle. By following the hair point we passed before, I continue our haircut. I cut the first and second steps at a horizontal 45-degree angle. In the videos section of my channel, videos available in many categories. You can also watch these videos, guys. Haircut coloring. Keratin hair care. Ombre sombre. Blonde hair opening. Many services such as painting. You can find it in the videos section of my giant channel. And if you want to get a haircut service from me, my channel, 3 social media addresses are available in the description section. By reaching my hall from here, haircut service. And you can also get other hairdressing services. After cutting this length, our model wanted her neck to be a little shorter. That's why we're still the same. Shortened in the section I told you by shortening now 3. We went to the section. Here a 3. Guinea horizontal, yeah, because we came to the top in the section. Exiting E from 45 whole angle. Vertical this time. I created one distinction here, vertical 45s. We will create an angle, guys, and cut from there. As you can see here, we cut it before, from the hair point. Creating a vertical 45-degree angle. E, I create a vertical 45-degree angle and I keep cutting hair. This is one angle that we describe as vertical 45 degrees. The hair point we cut before, well, after seeing it as a guide. With vertical separations, E, create the 45-degree angle. We continue our gravitation bob cutting here. I cut it in the middle here and I cut the left side. And the left side, backside of 3 main sections. 3 vertical, by creating separations slice by slice. D at 45-degree angle. I continue our haircut. After cutting this section, after cutting at 45-degree angle, as you can see, I look at the middle part and check. And so 45 quarter angle again. We continue our cut. What? Here from the back, because there is a slight length on the front, I equated it with the length of your hair. Any now. From our first distinction on the left. Comb again after separating. With our comb. Slightly forward. I'm scanning. Our comb. Yes. As you can see, the back of the hair is dyed. Using our comb like a ruler. Straight one way. I'm cutting. Here is a light one forward length, friends. Not straight our comb. You can also keep it slightly horizontal, to look longer. Here we use our comb as a ruler. We continue our haircut, friends. Likewise on the right. I scan properly and one hair point we cut before as a guide. I continue my haircut. Here is the comb 6 haircutting technique. As you can see, I saw the previous haircut point. Under my comb and flush, I continue the haircut. I combed my comb properly with a warm comb. and I aligned the hair with the hair point I had cut before. After aligning, I continued cutting. I'm checking a little here. Sometimes here according to the fall of hair. I cut according to the fall of the hair. Sometimes hair can be worn. After checking to see if there is an error at the bottom, we will continue our process, guys. Now, friends, we determined our cut, the model of the hair. I switched to the personalization EE section here. Friends, so that there is no hard won image on the ends of the hair. Me starting from the neck again with green scissors. Step by step. I'm doing thinning. Here I apply it to the ends of the hair. Before the bottom of the hair, do your hair with unbreakable scissors. Starting from the middle part, as you can see from the end parts. Apply thinning process. In the process I did here. More homogeneous distribution of the haircut. And to avoid scissors, thinning with fine scissors. I'm doing the procedure on the ends of the hair. Here by separating the hair gradually with thin slices. Thinning the ends of the hair. Here and done work. In the process we have done. You may have gotten the density of the hair too. So we may have, if your model complains about the density of the hair, with this kind of operation, you can get the hoage density just by thinning it. But if you don't want one hard image on the ends of the hair, here, with the same process you can soften the ends of the hair to make transitions look healthier. End parts. By thinning process, we can soften it with this kind of thinning process. We make sure that your transitions are one more beautiful image. Here, we will give a slight movement to the front parts of the hair. Friends, I divide the hair in half, so I'm recreating the profile distinction. Here from the end of my eyebrow, E1. Yuri from the point where my comb touched by starting. I will create one distinction that we call a null forehead motif. Move the hair from the front part. We make our distinction. I'm going to give a little movement in front of the hair here, so I'm doing some folding. But from this point we have separated, so we will make a move from the section we reserved. To throw a light coat in the front, I divided the hair in half. To cut the E section on my client's left side, I'm going to the right side. And towards chin level 1 I cut a 45-degree month by determining an angle, and after cutting the left side, I go to the left side to cut the right side. I mean, which hungry side I'm going to cut, I go to the opposite part of it and I continue to cut. I hope you found my video nice. My advice to you, I would be very pleased if you like my video. And I would be very pleased if you subscribe to my channel. And a new feature has been opened on YouTube, Whip feature. After liking this video, whip directly to this video. 3. There will be a section to do it usually, when you do it from the phone, not the computer. Me when you hype here too. The glass ball of my video, it goes up to the top. Thanks to you. So we will reach many people. Your likes and comments are very important to us. Thanks to you, we reach many people. I mention this in every video because likes and comments. It changes the magic of the video so much. So like my video and subscribe to my channel. I would be much more pleased if you watch. As you can see here, hair. I scanned, and after reaching nose level, from the inside out at an angle of 45 degrees again. At an angle of 45 degrees, I cut. So I checked. This hair point we cut with a file scissors on the front. I thin it with a light pictus technique. To make a better fall. Yes, friends, our haircut is over. Our model is like this. One view more curved from the back. So one design we call gradation bob. If you want to make one such design, if you want to make one model like this, from my social media addresses in the description section of my video, reaching me, coming to my hall, you can get one haircut like this. You can get service from me, guys. I hope you like my e-model. Hope to see you for now. Take good care of yourself. I wish you a good day.
To you today, one straight and smooth haircut with shaver. How to do it, I will explain it in detail. First, while cutting our model's hair, all straight in one way, we blow dry. After blowing, one comb bottom, one comb of hair on top. We lock from two sides. After locking, the shaver at 0 degrees. Bring it to the end point, to the point we will cut, and with a shaver, using our comb as a ruler, and we shave starting from the right. We will apply one straight cut. Very easy with this kind of operation. We can do straight one cut, but I would like to express it. When we make a straight one cut with a shaver, the ends of the hair will be fluffy and plump. One such haircut. If you are satisfied with you can make such a cut. Yes, it is also the easiest as a straight cut. One of the cuts made. This style is easy. Haircut where you can get fractures on the ends. Straight from the back with a razor. When viewed, you can get one straight image. If you want to get a haircut like this, in the description part of my video, reaching me from my social media addresses, coming to my hall, you can get a haircut. As you can see, comb first a comb. I compressed a comb from the bottom, and I brought it to the extreme of the shaver. 0 degree with no adjustment. And I cut it with a machine. Then again, I tilted our customer's head forward and the bottom one. I have also collected the little hair. Straight one haircut as you can see. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will be with you with new videos. Hope to see you. Goodbye. Hello friends, asterisk. How to make a straight light layered haircut for you today. Asterisk, I will explain it in detail first. While cutting hair, we make basic distinctions. Asterisk. First, we create a profile. Profile separation, from the beginning of the moment. Asterisk, 2. The straight separation, we have separated until the end of the neck. Asterisk, we say. Profile separation. This profile distinction, 2. Hairs after applying, we divide it into the main section. After making the distinction, 2 pieces from the nape part, we will start our haircut by creating a horizontal separation. The first distinction will determine the basis of our hair. Asterisk. So, here we determine the length of the hair while determining your height, a horizontal part. Of the middle way, create a separate vertical distinction. Cut the first piece from the ends of the hair and asterisk. He is our guide, right and left with the guide. We have separated the sections in the middle, E, combining, creating our first line. Asterisk. After creating a first line asterisk, that is, with a straight scissor stroke with a sharpening cutting technique. After cutting, we move to 2. Second level, the basic distinction. We have cut before E, considering the second level in the same way, same height, same plane, E, and we continue our cutting process here again, starting from the middle part, E. By following the guide we cut before asterisk. I keep cutting your hair ends now, friends, with sharpening cutting technique. Asterisk here. I comb backwards, and the eye on the ends of the hair. Asterisk. I touch the scissors to get the ear potten. This is my touching move. Hair at the E point above the ear. Because of the protrusion of the ear, E can create a pot in the hair, so to catch that angle in the ear, I touch it and cut it accordingly. E, we went to the third level. After that, E guinea. I scan backwards, and so as a clear line, the hair point I cut before asterisk E. I continue to be certain by following asterisk here. E comb the hair back for cutting on a fixed E line straight. Backs, but the front parts of the hair will be a little longer. In this vision, a backward line when you cut always ends of hair in a fixed way. Since it is cut in this line, the front will be longer. Now the back part, after cutting asterisk, after creating a flat cut foundation asterisk, we will apply folding process to the front parts of the hair. Asterisk first of all. In which direction our model divides her hair. Asterisk we have determined, and after making this determination, I'm creating an E coronation asterisk, as you can see, from ear level to another ear, after creating the separation, our customer's model from the point of distinction. Asterisk E from the point of distinction E, starting E. I cut the left side of our customer. Asterisk. On the right side of the client, E my past. This angle is 45 degrees to create an angle and a more beautiful angle, a comfortable fall. Asterisk. Go to the right side of our customer to ensure by doing this kind of 3 operation now the hair point that I have determined, namely the neck appropriately E with scrolling technique E precision I started and applied a folding process, cutting the right side E to the right. After cutting the left side asterisk E, I will pass asterisk E, and as you can see, I went to the left of our customer, and here, yes guinea, I determine the hair point in the same way your hair, I will cut the hair point. I cut the previous one from the hair point, and in accordance with this guide, asterisk E, apply folding process. I apply asterisk here. The floor is both pectus technique and DEE point front parts of the hair with scrolling technique asterisk. I applied a folding processium, not just applying a very intense folding process here. The length and ends of your hair asterisk, yes, a little light on the hair. To clean the fractures to accelerate tissue E, I'm folding, as you can see. I created a triangular separation from the top vertex both. E from here, asterisk, asterisk, on the front of E as a guide, E as a guide from points E. I got a triangular look, this triangle. View is also hair E. E scanned by exit point vertically 90 degrees 1 asterisk E. I applied scanning angle, cut the hair upwards, but at an angle of 45 degrees. I did the process here is the purpose of cutting your hair. E 45 degrees. Purpose asterisk from short to long. So the peak will be long E and previous the hair length at the hair point. I cut IE asterisk by calculating. That is, from the previous guide I cut taking the point. I will continue my process. Oh, yes, I started later E after cutting the peak. A peak is ours E. We had a floor point. And this floor is the point asterisk E. It was the size of the folding process. So it became a guide by following this guide, starting from the left side. Dim with star technique separating slices E as you can. See according to the direction of hair exit. Unfolding here. I comb the comb according to the direction of exit of the hair before seeing my guide on the hair point. I cut asterisk point cutting. That is, point cutting technique. I'm applying a folding process at the end with E star technique asterisk after cutting. Let's say after cutting comb the last hair completely upwards and an after checking asterisk. We are finishing our process asterisk. Blow dry the hair. Here and applying light waving process with straightener. We are finishing the design of our model, friends, if you want to get a haircut like this. Asterisk. My social media address is in the description. Part of my video asterisk by reaching me from here and coming. To my haul, you can get haircuts and hairdressing services. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel asterisk. I will be with you with new videos. Hope to see you asterisk.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. How to do the retouching process with pancakes for you today. I will explain it in detail. As a mixture. After preparing our opener, a certain point, E, starting from the neck, E, I did my work. Now when I come to the top, in this detailed way for you, I want to show. As you can see here, E, neither too thick nor too thin distinction. After doing, starting from the bottoms, I create classic highlight distinctions, and I make pancakes on the bottoms. Here, if you want it as an eye distinction, stay too long, very thin if you want, depending on your intensity. You can also make distinctions. I'm separating 3 more pieces here, and after doing the 3-piece process, under the name of not making traces to the EE part of the bottoms, I make a light crepe on the bottom parts. This will not cause blushing and tracing in the bottom parts, and because it will make a more natural E transition, we will get a good result, friends. E after feeding the opener well into the hair. So I'm going to the next level. And after I get to the level, I comb the hair beautifully, and I take all 3 pieces starting from the bottom. And I make pancakes on the bottom of the hair. After making pancakes, I take the foil and fold it. And a little light. I'm applying an angle so that it doesn't disperse, and starting from the bottom, I penetrate the opener into the hair. Straight brush strokes here, and E the opener with upright brush strokes. Her hair well, I'm penetrating. After population. Did I drink with the package? I continue. Here the front important part, 20 volumes from the lower parts. Second E after a bowl is over E. I mix 20 volumes, 30 volumes in half. 30 volumes in the third bowl after the third bowl is finished. Gradually. E, I raise it and keep it up without wearing out the hair. E. Here, E, I made both pieces, you see. I'm doing E packaging in 2 parts. 2 packages side by side after 1 package is finished. I throw 2 packs to the other side. 2 or 3 doesn't matter. Here in a gradual way. I'm going with an equal mountain. I don't do one side and then continue alone. Packing both sides evenly. Up at the same time. Here too the hair is both deforma, and so there are no different reflections. I'm gradually moving up. Guinea, this process is completely starting from the neck part. 3 or 4 in the same separations upwards. Varies according to the width of the hair. Sometimes 3, sometimes. But because the nape parts are narrow, 3 parts are 3. I make the distinction and take it up. I'm going to the middle part 4. Then again, because the hill part narrowed a little. 3 levels of distinction. I apply crepe process to the bottoms and continue my process. As you can see, this hair, after making the boat backs, then I pack the left side, then the right one. I'm packing the last front part. And after applying the dip paint and polish process, we will finish our transaction. As you can see here, I came to the top. On the hill, Guinea. I bought it in 4 pieces from the middle part. And did I drink the packaging 3? Sorry, it could be 3 pieces. I'm so sorry right now. Yes, I bought it in 4 pieces. And I applied pancakes to the bottoms. And I continue my process, as you can see. First with upright brush strokes and then straight brush. I population the hair opener well with its blows. Here is the mixture of the opener. I'm making a 1.5 mix. So 60 grams. Oxidant is 90 grams soon, thing is otherwise. 60 grams opener, 90 grams hand. I'm making a mixture of 90 grams of oxidant. Neither too slimy nor too much In a strict way, after applying the opener I prepared, clean as you can see. We are with you with a blonde service. You have this kind of hair too. Opening process, retouching process, blonde service. So if you want to do it, I have social media addresses from the description section of my video. Our place is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. If you want to come, update by making an appointment. Haircuts and other hairdressing services. You can get service. We work by appointment. Our place is in Beylikdüzü. You want to get a good blonde service. I'm waiting to see you.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with a new video. To you today, a hair design that we have done before. The bottoms are elongated and refresh the idle process. How to refresh? I will explain it in detail. First, the opener. We start with low volume as a mix E. Also as an opener, mix E. 60 grams opener. Also as oxygen. We work 2:1, so we oxygen 20 volumes at 90 grams. Mixing. We prepared our opener. We prepared our pliers and foil. Now as a distinction, I divided the hair in half and created the profile separation. Then I created the coronation. I divided the hair into 4 main sections. 2 pieces from the front, separating all 4 parts, including 2 from the back. I will start the packaging process. First, packaging process from the nape part E. I will create a horizontal distinction by separating the hair. Then your hair gradually E. By creating distinctions, I will continue our retouching process, friends. Here we have done an interview before, Guinea. So I want to express to you, taking the dark hair between these highlights. We will continue because if I trade yellows, hair gets worn and damaged. Therefore, the old remaining bays in between. I will continue my transaction by buying. You also watch my other videos. If you want to watch my YouTube channel, many kinds in the videos section. Video available in category. Open it there too. You can also benefit from many videos. Haircut coloring retouch. Hair coloring, I have a lot of videos in catertype, friends. Yes, we will start from the neck first, friends now. I'm creating a horizontal distinction. In the first place, and I eat hair pliers from the nape part, combing the hair properly, and choose the bays in between. Friends, I'm looking from here, dark handles. Starting from the bottoms. Because of course, I distributed yellow density. It's not easy to choose a little, but I continue the process by taking the two bays here, so as not to damage the hair, taking only dark sections. I will continue the process here in the nape part E. Because it is density, in the upright parts of the hair, E, I got the dark hair in the episode, and E, I will continue the packaging process. Here, it can be yellow at the ends. Here, E, dark shades of hair in the first place. I'm packing the section in the bottom parts. Later, after opening, again to revive the ends. E in a second way. E to revive the yellows on the ends. Open the packages again to a low volume. I'm doing the packaging again. Here in the section at the bottom of your hair. E. Hair. I do a complete packaging process because it is dark, and the process will continue. Now here, because I made a single piece of package from the neck. Now in that other part, I'm going to cut the hair in half. I will continue the packaging process in two main sections here. Here under the name of not slipping packages, I'm attaching the bottom part of the hair with a collet. Hair here. After a certain point, he can slide in the slightest play to keep him. After packing process, there are small pliers with the help of a collet on the bottom of the hair. I hold it with those pliers so that the hair does not slip. I split the hair side by side, then neither too thick nor too thin with horizontal separations, hereby creating distinctions. Because if I get too thick, there will be very thick hair in the package. It also affects the opening of the hair. There is no clean opening, and a red image is in hand. Thank you. So taking thinner tufts. I continue the process. As you can see, I chose the wells in between. What do you mean, such a place to rent house? Here are the dark shades of the hair. I buy and pack. Please, if I get the yellows, to the yellows, there will be a ray opening process. This time the hair will be damaged. We are here too, choosing dark shades that are dense with dark hair. I am packing. And I continue the process without damaging the hair. Now, friends, I continue with two channels, your hairdresser, and my hairdresser, my channel, is available. My hairdresser is on my channel Turkish version 2. Narrated videos available. And on my hairdresser's channel, because it's my old channel, as an English version. It is called a global channel, studying English, or my videos that I have applied voiceover. I will be posting, friends now, If you want to listen and watch the Turkish version, my hairdresser to my channel. I'm waiting, guys, from here. You can watch in Turkish. If you want to watch in English, to my hairdresser's channel. I'll wait more. As you can see here, I packed the hair we separated in dark tones. I penetrated the hair well. And after finishing the process, I pack it beautifully. And the bottom of your hair, E1 under the name of not slipping the package. You can attach pliers or 2 double-sided pliers. I applied one side. As you can see, after separating the dark tones, the yellow tones remain to the bottom too. Now it's afternoon. I separated my horizontal distinction. So I continue. I make 2 or 3 packages first, and then the other part, the 2 parts on the back. I'm doing 2 Oreos in a gradual way. Then I go to the other side and pack it there. So by distributing in a balanced way, I'm going up. As you can see, I divide it into dark tones and foil. Packaging with the help of, by making the transaction, turning dark tones into yellow tones, getting an intense blonde. I'm helping. As you can see your hair here. There is a little redness in the bottoms and ends. And the intense dark part of the bottoms. Intensely. With the opener and with upright brush strokes. With horizontal brush strokes. With blows. I'm penetrating the opener for lightly revitalizing the ends after hours. I apply the opener and I apply it to the bottom of the hair here. Hereby applying the classic Rafe technique for applying blondes on our desk. After packing process. Your beautiful thing. So I pack your hair so that it doesn't fall apart. And I will switch to the next hair. I'm packing the hair, as you can see here, with foil. Gradually here with low volume. So I'm starting my work. Let's say after a bowl is finished with 20 volumes. If I start, the second bowl with 20 volumes. Half again, and then 30 volumes. I'm setting it in the next bowl too, again gradually increasing the degree. I continue my process. As you can see here, third tier guinea. I separate by creating a horizontal separation. Then I comb the hair properly. I attach it with my finger after scanning and seeing the darknesses in between. I separate by making the distinction and without touching the yellows, because if we touch yellows, hair may wear out and get damaged. So taking dark shades, I continue my process. Your likes are very important here, guys. If you like my video and subscribe to my channel, our channel grows every day and we reach many people. I ask you, if you like my video and subscribe to my channel, I would be very pleased. For YouTube to recommend other people, the video must be liked. An unliked video is not recommended to other users. So your video, you must like and subscribe to my channel. If you like my video, like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to be aware of my other videos, you can activate notification bell. Yes, as you can see, I created the distinction. Then I continue the dark tones packaging process. Here, You need to make the opener mix well. It shouldn't be too slimy when we do it in 2 shades. It's not too slimy, and you can drive easily. There is a section in previous openers. We were preparing one-on-one in old openers, but now the new version is in openers. When we prepare it one by one, it becomes very strict. If necessary, we prepare to to 1. I'm usually 1.5 tones, so I'm preparing it with a mixture of 1.5. By applying 90 grams of oxygen to the 60-gram opener, I create a comfortable version, and it opens comfortably from now on the hair. After packing process, in order not to slip from the bottoms, one on the bottom of the hair, I'm pinning pens, guys, and the other yacht when it reaches ear level. Again, I created a horizontal distinction. After finishing this process, I will pass from the right to the left and the other part on the left. By packing process, I'll balance it, then go to the other side. I will continue to process like this gradually. I'm scanning. As you can see, you see the wells in between. I'm separating those wells. I'm doing the packaging process, guys. If you had bought the yellows there, the hair would have worn out so dark. And separating the lengthened sections. Yellows too. I'm checking again, as you can see here. If yellow is mixed between them, separating them. I take your hair out. I take it out of the package so it doesn't get damaged. After this packaging process is finished, friends, wash after reaching the tone you want. To your process. Hair is opened after it is opened. A little at the bottom, 2 packages. Since the main color is dark, there is the transition paint and the transition paint at the same time. We apply polishing process to the ends here. We wash the hair after this opening process. There is a certain waiting time. Again, if it doesn't come to the result we want. Preparing an opener. Going over the packages again, so that it can be reopened cleanly. There is a waiting time for the opener. That is 45. Around a minute or so. If the hair does not open around that area, prepare an opener again. When we went over the packages, can be opened immaculately. I would like to express this to you. Here to the bottom of the hair. As you can see, I apply a more intense opener. And with vertical brush strokes and horizontal brush strokes. I make the opener well on the hair, so that there are no darknesses in the lower parts of the hair. And no ripple when it opens. So I'm doing a very careful study. You guys are like this too. If you want to do an intensive interview work, so you can get service from me, as an appointment to come to my salon. If you want to do blonde work, I can serve you. Our place is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. To my social media addresses. It will be in the description section of my video. Instagram. I have TikTok and many 2 social media addresses. Reaching there. So come to my salon as an appointment. Blonde work from me. You can also benefit from services such as Balays Ombre. About haircut, about hairdresser. You can get service. Yes, after finishing this process again. E, we continue our packaging process. As you can see, we pack it beautifully. Somehow the hair opener does not fall apart. Without damaging the hair. To have a proper opening. I'm doing a nice packaging process. And not slipping in your hair. Because the hair is long, the hair is heavy. And the package can slide. That's why the bottom of the hair. With the help of pens. I'm holding it as you can see. Hair opened and first to the bottom. Bottom crossing with an hair dye suitable for the main color. Then I applied polish to the ends. As you can see, our intensive blonde service. You want to have this kind of hair. By reaching me from my candidate work on social media. You can get blonde service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Dear friends, I will be with you with new videos. I hope you liked my video. Hope to see you. For now, take good care of yourself. I wish you a good day.
To you today, straight haircut. Curtain bangs hair design. How to do this I will explain in detail. We first divide the hair of our model into 4 main sections. First main part, profile separation, scratch profile distinction, straight separation from the middle of 2 eyebrows to the neck. We say profile separation, later crown separation from one ear to the other ear. So to the fixed line, from one ear and the other ear. We call the line we have separated as much as the crown separation. Here 4. 2 horizontal from the back after separating the main section. First we will create a guide, and this will be the length of the hair. This size straight with the same system comb. First in A, I set the point from the middle point to the back. And creating a clear cut. I'm determining the length of your hair and a horizontal separation of the second guinea after cutting the first section. We have cut before by creating. I cut the length of the hair the same way by following the guide. In this technique, completely flat on the back, hair design. We are creating, after determining the length of the hair here, the front parts of the hair, we will apply a folding process to add movement. Here is the third main part. Upstairs. I go upstairs in 3 main sections in a step-by-step way. In this third part, the guinea is the same. Following the hair point we had cut before, I continue my cutting process. As you can see, piece by piece my finger in slices, taking hair in a way. I continue to cut straight. By liking my video and subscribing to my channel, you can be informed of my new videos. Benefit from haircuts and other hairdressing services. Description of my video by reaching me from the social media addresses and by appointment. Come to my salon and cut hair and other hairdressing services. You can get from the sides after cutting the back part. Start first from the left side, then from the left side. I'm equating it with the guide on the back, friends. We create a straight cut. After cutting the back straight, I set the sides the same way. And curtain cardamom on the front. I divide the hair in half to create the design. And from the end of my eyebrow, with my comb, it's on the front by measuring. I make a triangular distinction. This triangle distinction, it is a distinction we call the purchase motif. After creating this separation, starting from a right to a left, following your cheekbones, I continue the cutting process with 45-degree angles. Here I will cut the first left side. I go to the right side of my customer and my tongue is my tongue.
with 45-degree angles, aligning the cheekbones. In the front, I'm creating the curtain cardamom design. As you can see after the cut, I comb the hair completely and comb it forward and that your hair is cut evenly on both sides. After seeing behind the ear by measuring diagonal front vertex and towards a diagonal back, creating a cross separation from the right side of the hair. Starting, I apply the folding process. Here, my customer. I'm going to cut the right side, so I'm going to the left side. And I make a distinction to the other heart towards the back, here in 3 pieces, towards the front of the hair, because I can't fold the front parts of the hair. I scan and scan from the front. From the hair point I have determined, I cut the hair. Here we cut your hair as the first size. Here by taking the size I'll as an example, that is as a size guide.
From the longest point of the hair.
I'm scanning forward as you can see. After scanning, you see the hair point at the bottom. I guide that length and cut it. Here for combing the hair forward. The length of the back hair is not shortened, and there is no shortening on the sides. Because the longest point of the hair on the sides, I'm folding by taking a sign. Here's the structure of the hair, the length of the hair, E. Also because I got the guide to length, folding process is a light folding process. And your hair doesn't get shorter. Here I scan my scan forward again. Second piece. So here's because I cut the hair in half, scanning the right part and the left part in the same way, cutting in the same technique. And this cut. After doing it, I thin the ends of the hair a little with file scissors, softening the ends of the hair. Here, because we usually cut it according to EE angles. Also a clear cut, sharp horse cutting technique because we cut straight scissors blow. Maybe hard looking at the ends. So we split the hair into the guinea piecemeal. With a feel scissors and pictus technique, I ensure their transitions. As you can see, we provide smoother transitions to the ends. This is the hard look of the tip of the hair. By equalizing, it helps you get a better image. If you want to have a curtain bangs haircut design, from my social media addresses in the description section of my video, reaching me, coming to my hall, you can get haircut service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. As you can see, the front is moving, the back is straight. We are with you with an E hair design. How to do a medium blunt haircut for you today. I will explain in detail. I'm creating the first profile separation your hair. From the middle part, starting up to the nape part. The straight separation we have separated, we say profile separation. Then I create a crown separation. Crown separation from one ear to one straight with the other ear. We say crown separation, friends. After creating this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. Then starting a haircut. One straight that I have separated from the nape part to the oxygen area. There is one horizontal distinction. I make this distinction and cut the length of the hair. The size I will cut here is our guide. And the basic length of the hair, 2 after friends cut this length, using our comb as a ruler. one of our previous hair length as a guide, I cut the back part of the same size. The basic size we cut in this size, aligning all levels, creating horizontal separation. We continue your haircut. Here, properly comb our comb.
I comb the hair according to the natural direction of fall of the
sharp
hair.
horse cutting technique. Using our comb as a ruler, specific one, by guiding the hair point we cut before. Straight our hair 1, we cut on line. After cutting the back, the left and right sides are the same. We will equal the hair length we cut on the back. If you want to get a haircut like this, social media in the description part of the video, my addresses will be available. By reaching my hall from there, you can get haircut service and other hairdressing services. Our place is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. By appointment, you can come to my salon and get a haircut service. Here, after cutting the back part of our hair length, I come to the left side of the hair and the other part I reserved. In 2 levels. The hair size we cut on the back as a guide. The left side is also flat 1. I cut it into a line and straight 1 view to sharp line cutting technique. To get, I apply 1 straight cut. After cutting this section in 2 stages. After cutting the left side section, I go to the right side. I'm cutting this place in 2 stages. Stage 1. Cutting helps the hair to disperse more homogeneously. And it helps the hair to get a better 1 look. Here again, between fingers. Applying straight and sharp line cutting technique. With straight scissor strokes. 1, I cut the previous point as a guide. Front of the hair. I separated it from the eyebrow levels to accelerate the tissue. In the front, from the eyebrow level with our comb from the eye point of 2 eyebrows E,
tarağımızla
by creating a purchase motif,
oluşturarak
front of the
saçın ön
hair,
kısmına
I give
doku
texture and to get a
kazandırıyor ve
folded 1
katlı
look.
bir görünüm elde etmesi için
With 45-degree angles, I'm applying a haircut.
uyguluyorum.
With these 45-degree angles, I apply folding process to the front parts of the hair and helps it look more mobile.
Yardımcı oluyor.
This is 100 lines of hair, 100 lines.
Yüz hattının
Softening hard corners helps to get more oval 1 image.
görüntü elde etmesine yardımcı oluyor.
You are this
Sizler de
style
bu
1.
tarz bir saç
If you want to get a
yaptırmak
haircut,
isterseniz,
in the
videomun
description part of my
açıklama
video,
kısmındaki
you can
sosyal
reach me
medya
on my social
adreslerinden
media
bana
addresses.
ulaşabilirsiniz.
You can get a
Salona
haircut
direkt
service by
saç
going to my
kesiminizi
salon.
yapabilirsiniz.
Don't forget to
Videomu
like my
beğenmeyi
video and
ve
subscribe to my
kanalıma
channel.
abone olmayı unutmayın.
I will be
Yeni
with you
videolarla
with new
sizlerle
videos.
olacağım.
Hope to see
Görüşmek
you.
dileğiyle.
Hello to you today. How to make Pixie haircut design? I will explain it in detail. I create the basic distinctions as the first distinction always separates the hair cutie, determines exactly clearly of the basic distinctions. Well, it's very important at first. I create E-profile distinction profile. Distinction forehead from the beginning straight separation where we are separated to the occipital area, say. Profile separation. The second distinction is Thednully distinction is also from the top point ouching. The tip of our comb from the point where his back touches starting. saw from the temple regions and according to other temple from one temple to another. U-shaped distinction we have separated. Can also say E-hair after creating this distinction we have divided into two main sections, see bottom and top first. Starting from the bottom of E-way, we'll start the cutting process at the bottom. I will create a horizontal separation from the neck. E neither too thick nor too thin E in linea after creating a horizontal separation E. We are starting our hair QT from the anxy part between fingers as much as our finger can talk a touch. Your hair neck vey start cutting at an angle of 45 degrees E. First the little E on the nape after, cleaning small hair with a shaver neck cross way diagonal E from the nape. Part by creating distinction C no. I start the cutting process these. 3 points I cut will be a guide for me dot by following this guide. Your higher going up step by step, I keep cutting burra. Yes, I touch my finger on the skin of the hair and E finger E high T. I cut it down at an angle of 45 degrees to the second stage after cutting. I'm creating a horizontal distinction in. Guinean following the hair point I had cut before E, and I cut in the same planiso. I cut it the same size E here again. E now starting. From the right 45 degree cross separations with one beat creating E noothing is happening as I see. The hair spot I cut before it's suitable for the E part therein. The same E step by step in plan starting right to left. Eno. I am applying my cutting process got married. Didn't get it. It stayed on my head. From my head, I didn't. Want it all by myself, yes, no. After getting to the middle part T, an hour, from right to left T, I cut I. Stop after I get to the middle and D. Same way left, right, left side. That is, everyone is in the middle 80 unity 45 degrees, from the right, from the left side again, in a middle way of 45 degrees E. I'm shortening it to come back as the angle on the right, and the angle on the left back as the hair. Direction is different E. I'm cutting the right side until the middle part then I quittin'. I start guinea from the left side E guinea at a general 45 degree angle thentet part toe. Cut the guinea to the middle in the same way I'm going. To the third level. Friends dot in the third stage. The hair point that I cut before E, I'm cutting E's. I will start cutting Berta, yes and more click from a point. I QT will change the finger angle I set my finger to 45 degrees then, waiting again so, E 45 degrees to come E. I take the hair point I cut before and the hour. Hair E at a 45 degree angling cutting here friends occipital 4. Coming to the top of the region toe the occipital area so, I'm applying a short cut, then when I come to the top. In the last two parts so, the length of the hair is a little longer E for applying a 45 degree angle E. It doesn't happen in the same shortness. It goes from short to long so you didn't have a drug thingies. Exactly like fat well, always have to pay attention to it. E as you can see, the higher parts became longer. I'm setting the angle Horacio. Because I cut it at 45 degree angles that he automatically came towards the top until it comes. E hair gets a longer look because the neck is short. The upper comb is a layered cutchered hair, a longer look at the top between people. There is nothing left between us. Ignorant mercy nothing left, became like Afghanis. So Islam neck part up to ear level I. Cut the same way peak point with Donner Nithiso. What is this cruelties? Now when my son grows up can't, he travel with his friends so. He can't do anything so. What are we going to do now that boy as you can see? I came from the right to the left. Same from the left. I'm moving to the right at 45 degree angles he's cut after doing it. The sides remained on the back. You saw this from the top of the sides staking a subtle distinction from the hair point on the back eye. Take the guide and the guide a thin curtain at the topium, cutting the mirror size starting from the front after. Cutting this same length creating diagonal divisions again E. The curtain, at the top of these distinctions in shape, teeth sword. I took from the back, how to I'm coming back you see at the topi, created a guide for myself. like this guide with diagonal. Diagonal divisions down I cut by following an E, here on the right and left E. I keep the hair length and without making mistakes I continue the hair length as you can see 2 hair points E complemented each thurso. From the topi, a thin curtain. Shape D I set a point for myself and, with the bottom as you can see, 45 the upper part of the middle part T. Cut with degrees after cutting right and left no. We're at the top guys in the hill creating a crown separation again E on the hill creating. A crown separation to the ear since one ear, and he divided the top into 2 main sections so. This is on the top now so guinea by this time. I'm creating a vertical distinction after creating this vertical separation found at the bottom I see the haircut I found, but what am I doing here eat? A vertical angle of 90 degrees, according to the direction of airy. Scan most E after scanning yourself E, after seeing my guide at the extreme with the sharpening cutting technique. That is, straight scissors I cut with a blow yaw arresting. It's a shame for the young people to suppress those goals well. It seems to me that he can't press the young people. This 2 crown separation of the region where I create am cutting the first Gino. How far? So many people who put it in jail. How far, baby? How far exact lies here? As a guide, always the previous hair point we cut by following friends never. Forget this always guide you appropriately. You move forward without making any mistakes you. Will have a proper haircut isn't he in the mood to use it? Yes, as you can see from the top upwards. Created a vertical separation from the beginning of the forehead and hair front starting from the back until you reach the staggy again at the exit. Point of the hair as you can see. I scan upwards and E 90 degree. Output scanning angling E from the hair point we cut before after. Seeing my guide with straight scissor stroke key. Hair at right angles according to the direction of hair exit cut at an angle of 90 degrees and I cut it with straight scissors service size 2 after cutting the middle part. This is the right and left part equally to the hair. Points EE gain at 90 degree angles according to the direction of hair exit E, scanning direction 90 degrees 90 degrees as a right angle from the exit direction of the hair with angle. So now I'm doing a haircut. I always follow my guide the previous hair point. I cut in my guide to continue in the same guide. My cutting process I continues a use and eyes. Exactly. There is something like this. The Kiranyas here. Ilways sharp horse cutting technique. That is, straight scissor blow, I apply it. So after the haircut is over same way. I will apply thinning to the ends of the hair as you can see here. I cut the right side. I'm going to the left now in the hair point. I wanted before slice starting from the back to the front slice. By slice hook. Okay, look at them they say, honest eyes. The hair point I cut before after CNG praying. Can such a thing happen? I cut with face scissors, service doing something going. Now I'm creating a vertical separation VZ previous options I, comb the hair in front of the exitum, stepping upper open and arrow eyes. Yes, just like every teacher if you go but the teacher also tells him what he wants to do after cutting the process. Now I come to the forefront guinea. The same way I'm creating a vertical separation creating a vertical scanning angle I. Continue my hair QT. They did something for example. My mother would tell and I know it back up and the front is the same way coming upwards. I combine it with the hair point. I cut poured into the sea. He but now the man was a soldier in the Second World War hid it for this. Thing gawk, it may be moldy thing. Can be neat wife can be tiredies after cutting this cutting process is over guys know. Add texture to the hair soften our aim. Is to ensure the transitions of haircut here starting from the width with the E-file scissor C comb. First with comb I. As you can see here I use a dark comb when cutting hair light color D. My comb is dark E. Light colored combi dark comb on light airy. In dark eye colored hyrus light colored comb it. will be more advantageous for you. Here is your hair, so you can see the hair more clearly. Better in straight cuts. Can make clear cut your hair is Arabic, as you can see at the ends hirine parts with effile scissorsto. From the bottom end parts of the hair thinning the hair with effile scissorsto. Be healthier in the traces of hair scissors on the hair, prevent it from happening, soften this ends of the hair, be blocking it with net scissors, because it softens more hair transitions. Hair evenly distributed together prevents scissors from forming in this way. The hair is more beautiful. Now they have all taken refusing. You have short hair, too short haircut, designixie, long layered, hair QT, redder, shadow, honey, hair. Coloring. If you want to receive services such as color change in the cops me social media, addresses in the description part of my video will. The hair cutting service by reaching my salon from Hairao can get to you soon. Where did he distribute them? All over the countries. Yes, no. I apply the thinning process will be one by one on social media. These conversations after the thinning process is over. I will apply the blow dry process and finish our design starting from the neck, hair progressing step by step to the ends of the hair, and the net scissors. I'm thinning purpose of thinning hair. Uniform distribution to each other, and the transitions are more beautiful in this way. Your hair grows and grows together, not a hard imagined, a more beautiful. Imagine happens, and it makes it happen, and there are soft transitions. Don't apply any files to the bottoms of the hair. Here I only apply the net scissors to the ends of the hair. Yes, and after applying the movie stream, 2 are finishing our transaction. We also have the forming process as the last process. Our hair design by applying the blow dry process final image TOE will show you. I hope you liked my video. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I will be with you with new videos. So you guys have a short haircut and other hairstyles. If you want to get service, you can reach me on social media. Instagram now. When you type Sirkin Kylan hairdresser from Google. From there you can easily reach my contact information. You can also reach it on WhatsApp. You can also reach it on Instagram. You can also reach it on TikTok. You can reach me on many social media platforms now. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will be you with new videos. Take good care of yourself. See you soon.
Hello friends, today we will blow dry one fluffy hair straight. How to blow dry straight. We will carry it with a clear explanation. Today, our model's hair, as you can see, a fluffy and hard to shape hair. While we blow dry, first of all, our hair, we dry all over it clearly. Yes. So green. I use 1025E number 1 brush. 1. Pens. We split our hair in half. Neither too thin nor too thick. 1 piece. After separating, I crush the hair first from the top of the lice. Let's head forward, thank you. Right after crushing the bottom of your hair, we crush the bottom part of our necks. Forward. Slowly. Using the brush. At the same time, when we blow dry, our thumb to get it clear. We need to use our thumb to stretch the hair. Hold on the brush. When we come to birds, we turn the brush. Both our hair is not falling apart, and straighter the ends of the hair. 1. We make as you can see, go this way, and go. When I came to Pakistan, I turn it circularly. Our hair is not falling apart, and clearly flattening the ends. At 1. The heat of our blow dry when we blow dry. So our blow dry should be of good quality. Let's say 3500, 5500 turbos. We use a blow dryer, a very strong blow dryer. To crush hair well. To make it straight, 1 blow dryer with power and strong in a beautiful way. To make it straight, so you can blow dry. We need to be technically knowledgeable. Brush grip. Very important. It is necessary to crush the bottom and end of the hair well. One black. When we come to sides. Traffic to improve like this. Backwards. We apply. We came down. We always dial time options, yes. Yes, we shot part 2 now, too. We shoot the section. Yes, when we came to use. We are also blocking our Tekken mountain by turning our brush. And make the mountain go straight. One, 2, 3. Goal. Yes, now we are at the front of the hair. We don't take the front parts thinly too thick. We'll shoot like this thin too. We will pull our hair on stage. More volume will fall when we blow dry straight. If we want it to fall thin and voluminous, if we take our root in one piece, if we shoot in one piece, this time it will fall flat. The separations are not good. Both pieces. Pulling. We make it both bulky. We can adjust the fall as we want. Now I pulled 2 dams, then I have them sewn in one piece. We crushed what they filtered well. Yes. Our blow dry is over. Now to get it electrified. With the help of light serum, we are finishing our process. As you can see, our wavy curly hair, we made it straight one. Straight as you can see.
Greetings to you today, asymmetrical graduation Bob. Haircut asterisk, how to do it, I will explain it in detail. Starting haircut, we create the basic distinctions. Here's your hair, we will divide it into 5 main sections. I apply a distinction in star technique asterisk, and triangular from the front, then right and left, starting from a peak. Make star-shaped distinctions and back in 2 pieces, as you can see, after creating the separation asterisk A. Certain from the occipital area, I made a diagonal distinction asterisk and after. Creating this distinction, I make another horizontal distinction. This distinction asterisk determined the basis of the hair. That is, the shortness of the hair asterisk, provided that you do not open the nape part too much here. Asterisk asterisk a horizontal one on the nape straight one. By creating a distinction, as you can see by using our scissors as a ruler with its precise technique. That is, with straight scissors free, I determined the hair length of our model and then guinea same way. After specifying our guide, the next pinch same way, the hair point we cut before as a guide, I cut the same size after making this cut asterisk again. At 45-degree angles hair, on the back of the hair as you can see asterisk 45 degrees of vertical separation from. Now, on I add texture to the hair, and this is graduation so, to get the look. The back is a curved folded view asterisk with a slight 45-degree angle to achieve EE. Now, I'm giving texture to the back of the hair, then asterisk. We divided the 2 main sections in the first main section, so triangular again in diagonal form asterisk I. Give texture to the hair by creating distinctions asterisk from the middle. Part again, forming an angle of 45 degrees. I continue to add texture to the hair, starting from the middle part texture. Now EE after, cutting 45 steel angle, cutting the other piece in line with the same guide scanning backwards asterisk, both. The front part of the hair is curved like this asterisk to achieve a sweet look and an image. Extending the blow dry, I cut it at a 45-degree angle to get, and so the transitions are moving and more. Smooth E to provide transitions I cut by creating diagonal separations asterisk, and after coming to the third piece. From the middle part to the guinea, I create a vertical distinction and her. Hair is 45 degrees from the inside out asterisk. I gain texture by cutting and guinea the hair point I cut. Before combing backwards at an angle of 245 degrees we have earned with moving image asterisk. I keep shaping asterisk, so I cut it in the same line with the hair point I cut before equalize each other asterisk. As you can see, our folding process on the back we applied, we cut it in 2 sections. We divided it in 2 sections. We cut this section, yes. And now the next asterisk, the same way to the hair point. We reserved for the leader to be taller another diagonal distinction asterisk. We created and scanning backwards asterisk 45-degree angle. This way it will go forward to get a longer. Look from short to long. We do our cutting process by following asterisk. Our angle here is 45 degrees. Horizontal asterisk, a horizontal opening of 45 degrees and asterisk with grip. Angle, we get an image that stretches down EE for the right side to be shorter asterisk. And again, this time we make the distinction. And here we are with scissors asterisk down. Again slightly, EE a more straight at an angle of 5 degrees asterisk, so. Very was not curved. Make our process to get a shorter image here is the neck that is suitable for short. As you can see, I cut by equalizing the right side is short. The left side is longer asterisk. We will have a look in this section. Finally, we come to the top. As you can see, I made a distinction on the top. Vertical again, and after creating a vertical separation, first asterisk we. Cut hair point as a sword again asterisk from the work outward at an angle of 45 degrees. Now I continue my cutting here. The back is more curved, and we get a folded look after creating the distinction here. I hold the front and our customer exit. Direction on the front asterisk, which way he separates it. Take it that way. Yes, I cut the right side short. I equate it with the shortness we have appeared in the nape part asterisk, so. And the other left side 2 asterisk. The front will be longer with a 45 degree angle. I'm scanning backwards, somehow again, at an angle of 45 degrees. Now I'm applying my cutting process. We make the front part longer here. We add some texture to the front of the hair, yes, and a little bit with light scrolling technique asterisk. I'm moving plain front part. Yes, we finished. Cutting the model of our hair asterisk now. Here next stage with F-file scissors asterisk now. E in a gradual way, starting from the back of the hair endsway, will apply a thinning processor is the effect that I applied to the ends of the hair with scissors providing a more homogeneous transition of your hair asterisk. A beautiful image with softer transitions we make it take at the ends of your hair. Hard transitions softening E. Yes, fold on the floors with F-file scissors to prevent their hard passage asterisk. I apply a thinning. Process your hair, as you can see here, perpendicular to the ends asterisk. I thinned it with Pictus technique, then I scan again with the picnic stone technique on the ends of the hair, thinning the ends with the net scissors. Yes, here. Asterisk, we definitely don't. Hit the bottom of the hair with the E-file scissors asterisk short hair. If we hit the bottom, because it will always repel long hair more. You encounter a problem like swelling, so in here for the model to get a softer image, we only thin the ends definitely. F-file scissors, in very rare cases, it's used so the bottom of the hair is hit too by the name of the person. So always thinning the ends of the hair asterisk. It will be better and more advantageous, so we don't apply guarantor scissors to the bottom of the hair plea to the ends of the hair and make it more natural and To make a nice transition, our model apply asymmetrical left side, long right side, asterisk, short compared to the other section bob hair design. So you guys are like this asterisk. If you want to get a haircut, asterisk social media in the description, part of my video reaching me from my address's haircut, by coming to my salon, asterisk service, and other hairdressing services you can get service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will be with you with new videos. Hope to see you. Goodbye.
Hello friends, today is the curtain for you. Haircut with cardamom. How to design it, I will explain it in detail. When cutting hair, we will first create the basic distinctions. Our first basic distinction is profile separation. Profile separation. We are separated from the nose to the neck. We call straight separation profile separation. In this profile distinction, we divide the hair into two main sections. Separation. Crown separation from one ear to the other ear. We create one straight distinction. After doing this, we divide the hair into four main sections. After dividing into four main sections, step one way from the back part. We will determine the length of the hair. We will form the basis of this hair. So we will determine the length of the haircut after it is determined. But first, decide what size our hair will be, and according to it, we will apply one straight cut from the back. Ear comb to the sharpening cutting technique, using 6 haircut techniques. Using the comb as a ruler, we apply one straight cutting process. After creating our first cut, this becomes our foundation. So it's our guide, in accordance with this guide. Following our same size guide, and we apply straight one cutting process. We cut the first stage and we will cut the second stage in such a gradual way. Using our comb as a ruler by creating horizontal separations, create a straight one form. In this way, our hair is fuller and we will get one more voluminous image, and we determine the length of our hair. If you want to get a haircut like this, there are social media addresses in the description section of my video. Reaching here, you can come to my salon and get hair cutting service. Our hall is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. Hair cutting service and other hairdressing services. If you make an appointment in the best way, I serve. We continue our model, creating the basic distinctions of our model. First we will make a straight cut, then after forming the straight cut, after determining the size of the foundation, we will apply the folding process. By creating horizontal separations and scanning backwards single 1DC. I'm applying a straight one cutting process at the line, friends. Hereby applying the sharpening cutting technique, that is, we create one straight haircut with a blow. Later, this time our customers' hair, neck, head, by adapting its movement straight one, so the posture of our customer's head is also very important. When we go to the side, create a slight slope one and then hair length in accordance with the guide on the back. We continue in the same way. Right side, after cutting the left side, the right side is I apply the cutting process. After applying this process, we formed the basis of the hair. So we determined the length of the hair after determining this size. Now from the front of the hair, folding process by creating diagonal separations. We will make the distinction of hair. We are asking our customer which way to separate it from the front part. And D, after determining which direction you allocate it to that direction. E, your hair, after determining the fall with backward diagonal separations. 45-degree angles. We create a folding process by creating, here is the front part of the end of the eyebrow E. Forehead motif, a shape, that is, creating a triangle by creating one shape in the front. We will start our curtain cardamom application process. And then that curtain is suitable for the shortness of the cardamom. We will apply a folding process, separate in the story. The part we reserved. We decided on which direction to allocate and, by passing to the end of our customer while cutting the right side. So cross at 45-degree angles, creating distinctions from Diego, our customer, in the front. From the point where the cheekbones were found, E. Determine the shortness and I'm folding the front part. And I continue to cut, here combing your hair in the opposite direction. And 45-degree downward angles. I started my cutting process by creating and folding process on the front. I created one diagonal backwards to apply. And my customer's hair is our customer's. Folding the front part. Scan forward to create. In the short section on the front of the hair, forming angles of 45 degrees by continuing in one convenient way. I continue my folding process. As you can see here, my cover at the bottom, I see it, and in one way suitable for its shortness. I cut it the same size, and backward diagonal, creating across one distinction, and our customer, scanning the front. How is it when I scan the front part is folded. The back part is folding too, but from the back. Prevents layered backwards longer. And both floors at the back. Both it is obvious, and from the length of the hair on the back. No shortening in any way. We are folding, but in the back, it comes in a V shape. Our model's hair, our customer's model, and we get one fold view. And the length of our customer's hair is not gone. Of course, according to its shortness, C for cutting. And he doesn't lose his E form at one. He catches one nice form. Right side. After cutting, I cut the left side with the same technique. I continue. He on the front. The left side is the same, by creating diagonal separations at an angle of 45 degrees to the cheekbones of your hair, remarkably short, the shortest point, and cross diagonal separations. I continue the haircut. My client, because I cut the left side, I go to the right side and combing the hair in the opposite direction, I'm folding. After cutting the front part, diagonal if back, slice to slice guinea by creating cross separations to the back. I'm scanning forward by creating the distinction. When I scan forward, the front is folded. Gets one view stretching backwards here. I see the hair spot I cut before. I'm applying my flush folding process. And guinea 2. I'm going to the level guinea diagonal. I created one distinction as scanning forward. And I continue my cutting. You also like my video and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, thanks to you, our channel is growing every day, and we have a large family thanks to you. Yes, after seeing the hair point guide we cut, I finished my cutting. We applied the folding process here, friends. 2. Now I apply the thinning process, as you can see here. Creating diagonal distinctions, creating cross divisions again, in parts. I soften it with the Pictus technique, with file scissors, so that the ends of the hair are more beautiful. There is one transition on the floors. You also cover the ends of the hair with this kind of technique. You can soften. I don't use razor. Feel in hair. I apply softening and thinning with scissors. So the hair, it doesn't look like it's broken. It doesn't look like it's broken. There is no excessive thinning process, and the transition is more tremendous. One beautiful look. You are this style one. You can soften the ends of the hair with the technique. I request you, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. If you turn on notifications, in my new videos, you will be informed of my new videos. As you can see here, the clock on the left side cut the left side, the same on the right. I'm thinning. With Pictus technique on the ends with a file scissors. I apply a thinning process. Our place is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. If you want to get a haircut too, and the other way ombre retouch, bold hair coloring and other hairdressing services, you can make an appointment. There are social media addresses in the description section of my video. Our place is Beylikdüzü. You can easily reach. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. And my channel, notify me of my new videos by opening the notification bell. Yes, our cutting is over. And I will show you the final version of our model. Front folded backs longer. Obtained one moving image without losing its form. We will be friends. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for liking my video. Hope to see you with new videos. Take care of yourself. Hello friends, today, lightweight curtain, bangs, hair design. I will explain in detail how to do this. First, your hair is basic. I applied your distinctions. Then I cut the length of the hair. Here is your hair, by combing from behind while cutting the basic neck, with sharp line cutting technique by forming a straight line. In straight one cut, I cut the back part. Then cutting the sides in the same way as cutting the back section. The same technique I used. I also apply it to the section on the left, from the hair point we cut before on the back. The guide we received. Following on the sides. I cut them all the same size. After cutting the left side, I go to the right side. Right side in two pieces in one step, by taking one pinch from the hair point I cut before. The pinch over there is my guide, because one previous hair point, I cut it that size. Since it will be a guide of that size, I will cut it to the same size. I follow my guide, and we cut all the hair the same length. Our customer's E model E hair length. I apply one cut straight to medium size, starting from the front of the hair. First curtain on the front parts, and other parts of the light folded. We apply a moving haircut design. There will be no very busy floors. Front part, folding when making curtain cardamom from the finishing line of the eyebrow. E to the front part. I create a triangle 1 distinction by creating a purchase pattern from the end of the eyebrows to form the EE triangle in the front. By creating create a full triangle pattern. I apply folding process starting from the front part while cutting the E section on the right. I'm going to the left. For me to capture an angle of 45 degrees more comfortably, I'm going to my customer's left, and from the left side E hair with a 45 lira combing angle. Beautiful. 1. I start the curtain frame design by folding. First I cut the right side. While cutting the right side, I pass to the left side of my customer. Here E. Diagonal to the back to create folding to the back, creating a cross distinction. Hair on the front. Scanning here, guinea cross with one scan style. Combing the hair to one single 1 point. Here by creating a sharpening cutting technique, and this is in the front while scanning a certain point. I guide the first pinch we cut. After seeing the guide size here, as you can see, with a net 1 cutting stroke, that is, with the sharpening cutting technique, I cut and comb the hair on the front. E, because I scanned at only 1 point, and when I scan the front, the back sides are long. Front sides get 1 fold view. Her hair is too dense here, E without folding and the length of the hair. By preserving, that is, folding the front parts of the hair, for the rear sides to provide 1 view without shortening. The front of the hair to a single point, that is, we cut it 1 ago. Curtain cardamom, E with hair length. And by applying E, scanning the front to a single point. E, I created 1 cutting process. And here the back parts of the hair are long. The front parts are folded. There are also flaws in the back, but there are not very dense flaws. After cutting the right side, I go to the left side. The same technique, I apply it on the left side too. So my customer. I pass to the right side of our customer while cutting the left side. And, while creating curtain bangs, comb the hair towards a certain point, and here I cut by applying 1 angle of 45 degrees. After providing this E again, towards the back E diagonal from the peak, so cross by creating 1 cross distinction up to the neck. This distinction we created, scanning to the front. After scanning, I scan to a certain point. I'm applying a 45 lira angle again, and the curtain I cut before 1. Cardamom hair, E neck. E taking the guide so that paint. I'm scanning in 1 convenient way. I see my guide, and E, I do cutting with 1 scissor stroke. Then 2, E, I take the piece 2 guinea. I scan it towards the same front part. And here I comb the hair towards a single point. Hair, E, cut point. I take it as a guide. I scan and see your shortness there. And I cut the hair. I'm cutting it to a certain point here. For scanning and creating an angle of 45 grooves from above. Fold it towards the back because I cut it from the top. And longer 1 view of the back side. And shortening the length of the hair. Obstructing and movable fronts folded. A long look at the back we get. If you want to get a haircut like this, my channel, a video section. You can watch our other videos. So if you want to get a haircut, My social media addresses are available in the description section of my video. Reaching here, you can come to my salon and get hair cutting service from me, or places in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. Hope to see you. We will be with you with new videos. Take good care of yourself.
Hello, friends. Bob haircut design that stands out for you today. I will explain in detail how to do this. We will divide the hair into two main sections. Our first distinction is profile separation. From the middle of two eyebrows to the neck. We call the distinction profile separation. After creating a profile separation, your hair is at shoulder level first. So I'm from the left. I created an E horizontal distinction. I cut my first chmond after creating the horizontal separation. Here E your neck E. And starting at the very beginning. Mackerel, sharpening cutting technique, that is, with a straight I made a distinction. Stroke. And E. Now, after cutting the left side, I went to the right side. The right side is the same, with straight scissor stroke between fingers, and sharp line cutting technique, so straight E with its blows E. I'm creating a fixed design. At the back, as you can see, the previous, following the hair point I cut. I'm creating burden, always the hair point we cut before. E as a guide. If you guide yourself, this too. E prevents you from making mistakes. As you can see here, E horizontal, diagonal, by creating distinctions, that is, because it stretches forward, by creating forward diagonal divisions. So yes, I keep cutting. Now I have divided it into the third level. After 3 separations you see, like the hair point we cut before. E guinea scanning backwards is straight. So I'm creating a cut. So here's her hair. Scanning backwards, I cut it straight. And following this in the same way. I cut by combing backwards. E guinea straight form, I continue. Here is a longer view from the back to the short front. We get. Here E the name of this design is fixed. So we can also call it a line. So at a fixed point, cut the hair. Towards the back, it can be short or long. When you make such a cut, the front of the hair is longer. The backs will be shorter. S-O here. E forward E bob. So we can say lop because it's a long bob. E we can also say lop cut. E, yes, here, under the neck. Neither too short nor too long design, as you can see backwards here. E with sharpening exact technique. Scissors. E straight E. Somehow, scanning backwards, and between fingers. I scan. I create very clear and sharp lines. As you can see, I always follow my guide from behind. I mean, the hair point I cut before. I cut by following. Very clear. I'm going to give the hair a little texture here. From ear from the peak. I make a diagonal distinction to the back, so I'm creating a cross distinction to the back. Here behind the ear. The right side of my client. I'm going to the left because you front of the hair. I will create floors here. E as a shortness in the front part of the floor. Cheeky, by aligning your bones, that is, your cheekbones. E taking a guide, so the shortest. The section starts right from the most purposeful bones, and down to 45-degree angles. I'm applying a folding process. You see here, guinea after cutting it at 45-degree angles. E like hair scrolling technique. Starting from the shortest hair point. I'm sending a very light move, and E after E. The ends of the hair by applying the pictus technique, softening. Now I cut the right side, Then I went to the left side. I'm going to cut the left side, but what am I doing here? My customer's hair later. I pass to your right, and after I pass to your right, my guide from the previous hair point I cut, taking guinea, with scrolling technique, from the shortest point, point here, point cut. By applying the point cutting technique, I continue my folding process. After cutting here, form a triangle again from the top of the hair. I make a distinction, and I take a guide to myself from left and right. Here is the hair from the hair points I cut before. After getting the guide, I sync according to that guide, so the hair. Here is bob stretching forward. And we have created a layered design. Yes, here. You see, after creating a triangle separation from the peak point like I'm adjusting your shortness. This will be my guide. And starting from the back, I separate the hair slice by slice and guide on this apex. As you can see by following there all over, I take a guide from a peak in each slice, and in accordance with this guide, applying point cutting technique, I'm synchronizing. That is, the length of the guide at the top. Somehow only one that tall. I'm scanning the point towards the front of the hair exit, and after seeing my sheath extension, applying point cutting technique, I continue the haircut, as you can see from both sides. After cutting the guinea from a peak, guinea the same way, and as I did in the front, I created a horizontal separation, a triangular form on the top, appeared, and I'm scanning this peak, and the hair point one cut before. So after determining the hair length, same size point cutting technique, that is point, with cutting technique, I cut and. Then I continue to the back, by creating an vertical separation again in the part of, and comb the hair in the direction of exit, and determining the hair from the shortest point on the peak, and point, cutting technique, that is, with the point cutting technique, E. Now I continue my cutting. So let me give the hair texture here. I apply hair folding, neither too busy nor too little. After doing the folding process, then F-file, auger with scissors, starting from the front parts of the hair with the technique. I'm creating the auger, end parts of the hair. I apply a light thinning process, here for a more homogeneous transition of hair. And to make the transitions more beautiful, language piece by piece, auger I twist the hair by applying a hair technique. I compress the hair and the ends of the hair with money scissors, that is, with F-file scissors. I apply a thinning process. Here the transitions of the hair are more beautiful, and our model hair allows you to use it more comfortably. As you can see, the front of the hair is long, and the back is short and moving. That is, in two models of lop and layered hair design. We created a mixed design. You also like my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will be with you with new videos. I hope you like it. Thank you very much. Hope to see you.
Today you curtain bangs layered haircut. I want to explain our service in detail. Layered haircut here. Curtain cardamom how to do this. You will see in detail. First, we create profile separation later. Say we will create a crown separation. Profile separation with crown separation. The process of dividing the hair into 4 main sections. We say friends. First distinction, profile distinction. Profile separation from the middle of 2 eyebrows to the straight line that I parted down to the neck. Profile separation. Second also, crown separation from one ear to the other ear. The distinction we have separated, we call crown separation. Fold the front parts of the hair after the crown separation. A curtain to make cardamom process. We split the hair in half. After this separation, starting from ear levels, we create a diagonal separation from both sides. Then while cutting our customer's E right side, I go to the left and E starting from cheekbones, 45 degrees. We will create a distinction, haircut with a distinction of 45 degrees. So we'll start doing here E profile, E starting from the apple bones. We determine our sword from top to bottom at an angle of 45 degrees. And I cut and the other parts are the same at an angle of 45 degrees after cutting. I scan them all towards myself and I make my cut by creating a single line. Then I will cut the left side. While cutting the left side, I pass to the right side of my customer. The first part of the guinea cheekbones. I cut it so I separate it diagonally. Later. Right? Scanning from left to right. I'm cutting the first part. Then the second part is the same from the right. I'm taking it all alone to the left. And cut the previous. From my hair point, I cut our banana the same size. After folding the front, back eye first, we created a profile separation on the right side. We divided the hair into two main sections. I will fold the back in two main sections. Same way again. I'm creating a diagonal separation towards the back. And on the right, piece. For cutting the right part, I go to the left side and the front one I cut first guinea from section right to the left. As you can see by creating a distinction, I was born first cut. Hair point. I cut by specifying, so I scan. This time I'm scanning them all forward. That is at an angle of 45 degrees. Scanning directly to the front. I see the hair spot I cut before. I see the guide, so I equate it with hair length. Both in the front parts here, I equate with the height. I equate with the length in the front. Both. When the blow dry you scatter is taken. When the shape is given the front. Hair equality. And long pieces. So that it does not appear at 45-degree angles to the front section. I scan the back with diagonal angles and forward. I'm scanning in the front part again at an angle of 90 degrees for scanning forward. I'm cutting. This side, no. What happens when I scan this cutting process forward? There is a folding process from the front to the back. Because the hair in the front is a little short. There is a cut suitable for the short hair in the front. Hair falls longer towards the back. And folding process on the front and back. We are applying both from the front. We shorten and fold. A hair we see when we throw it backwards. We made a move. And both oval. Here and an oval back. The look was also folded and ovally. We will have a look. This time to check the hair guinea after combing. I comb the hair completely and towards the peak. I lift it up. A check again. Is there an error after checking it? Equalize and from the ends. I'm cutting. I look at the 3 dots and cut by length. Then, so you know your hair. To apply a folding operation to the foundation, I divide the hair in half with the guinea star technique. And listen piece by piece. As you can see, so neither too thick nor too much. I scan upwards in thin pieces. 90 degrees. And from the ends, with point cutting technique. I apply hair folding Here with the star technique, a suitable structure for the hair. I'm applying a folding process. As you can see here after seeing the longest point, hairstyle, a point cutting technique. With point cutting technique, I'm applying a folding process. Here I comb the hair and from above, hair 90 degrees according to the direction of hair output, and 45 degrees compared to the length of the hair. I keep cutting with angles. As you can see, 90 degrees, scanning the stone, and the 45-degree point of cut with cutting technique. I continue my process. You too, to support my channel. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you, our videos reach many people. And thanks to you watching our videos. Dear friends, my video, thank you so much for watching and subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Our folding process is over, friends. Now to the ends of the hair. With the net scissors, that is, with the scissors we call intermediate scissors, we apply thinning softening process, starting from the front part to the hair auger technique. So I'm twisting the hair and the ends with intermediate scissors. I'm thinning here at the ends to ensure a more homogeneous fall of the hair. To get a smoother image, I apply thinning process with auger technique. You want to watch my other videos too. If you want, in the videos section of my channel. Many kinds of videos. I have videos in many categories. You can watch my videos there too. If you have any questions, description part of my video. I have social media addresses there too. You can ask by contacting me, or in the comment section of my video. Leave your questions. I can read them and give you detailed information. You can ask questions. Do you also enjoy layered hair? Curtain cardamom and other Pixie haircuts, short haircut, bob cut, and other If you want to get services about hairdressing, to my salon in Istanbul Beylikdüzü, you can come. To come too. From my social media addresses in the description section of my video, reaching me by making an appointment, you can get service. I continue thinning the ends of the hair. The reason why I do auger hair when I do thinning on the back and ends. When the hair opens, so we get a more natural look. As you can see, our process is over. Now our forming process, we will apply our process. I will apply a layered moving blow dry process. As you can see, front moving, folded backs. We are with you with a beautiful hair design, friends. If you like my video, I model. If you like the design, make sure to like my video. Commenting and social media. Don't forget to share on your address.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with one new video. Today, how to make a perm. I will explain it in detail. Here I wrapped some of the hair. Other parts too. I will explain in detail how I wrapped it. Here I apply vertical one-way wrapping process. I'm wrapping the perm by applying distinctions. So this style 1, Hair is more beautiful in the wrapping process. One provides a fall. While wrapping the perm, I don't wrap it with my own medicine. I wrap the hair wet, so when I'm wet-a-friend mini, I wrap it. Because perm, when you wrap it with the hair for at least an hour, so 1.5 hours. So when it wraps fast, it takes like an hour or so, because thin, since it is wrapped, perm medicine is a chemical substance. It can damage hair, so in a good way to wrap the hair without damaging it. Wrap the hair first, then we apply the perm medicine. Here is the perm fig medicine. By wetting the light paper from the application. Here is a very wavy hair, thin for what we're going to do. Wrap it with the thinnest perm curler. In the next process, I will show you the stages together. Neither too thick nor too thin here. 1. Taking a pinch. As you can see, I applied some perm paper on the tip. Folded and starting from the end. Nervous, neither very nervous nor very lightly open. In a way, I wrap the hair tight so it won't be too tight. Harm to the hair, medicine population. So when we apply the perm drug, hair the medicine needs to population. So too, I'm wrapping it properly, vertical as you can see, forming distinctions. By creating finely here. If you want, the perm comb can be a little thinner. Or as you can see, normal water. I wrapped the perm paper and wet the tip. I brought it, and starting from the tip with perm paper. When you use perm paper, feature of perm paper tip. When you hug, good job, this is medicine. Reached perma. Let's call the perm her hair. We wrap them all together. Hair perm papers are here. Its feature is like this when you apply the medicine. Perm paper on the inside also absorbs that medicine in your hair. Makes it penetrate better with perm medicine. So wrapping it with perm paper is much more. It causes you to get a good result. Suitable for the direction of hair exit. Combing hair. So in accordance with the exit direction of the 90-degree hair. Combing. I'm wetting the perm paper. And I scanned to the very end of the hair that I have combed beautifully. After bringing perma, I take your curler thinly. And I continue my wrapping. I'm wrapping it thinly here. I'm wrapping it down like this. Here. So I apply the wrapping process so that it will not be too loose. I bring it to the bottom of your hair. And I take the tire, and the tire comes to the bottom. I'm clipping the other. And I go to the next hair. As you can see here, neither too thick nor too thin. If you get thick this time, even if you don't wrap it very well, this time it has to be a very good perm curler. This time you can't completely wrap the hair. So ideal 1 rate, you need to buy perm. To wrap. Here the hair is a little denser wave. Also to be wavy, I take the thinnest curler and apply it. Here you see my thumbs. After wrapping the finger. After starting to wrap from the end. Holding with thumbs. By preventing hair from falling apart. Down I continue the wrapping process. I ask you to support my channel, Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I activated the join button of my channel. Join my channel button to support my channel. To my channel monthly with one small budget. You can support according to your budget. This is in my videos both about equipment and other about studies. So you can support me on this, friends. I would be very pleased if you support my channel with the join button. For more videos like this to come, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Here are my thumbs, as you can see. Touching the wrapped part. My thumbs always stay there. In the same way, we prevent the hair from falling apart. We make it wrap one tighter. Here, as you can see, the tire will reach the bottom of the hair. Not at the top of the hair, but at the bottom of the hair. You need to put the tire on here. E2. As you can see, it creates a tight 1E winding process. I'm taking thin here, neither too thick nor too thin. If you have questions, definitely do this in the comment section of my video. I would be very pleased if you specify. As you can see, after wrapping the perm paper from the ends, holding my two thumbs on the top of the perm paper, preventing hair from falling apart. Hair, nice one way. The most important factor here, wrapping hair in a damp way, because sometimes the perm wraps with medicine. This is actually a very dangerous process, because perm medicine is one drug with a high chemical. If wrapped with perm medicine, already its waiting time is maximum 30 minutes, or 25 minutes. Hair after this minute, directly on the way to deform a E and wear out the hair. Friends, therefore, I always wrap my finger wet one while combing. And then I apply the perm medicine. And in no way, in the perms I've done so far, neither one wear nor damage. In no way, without damage. Very healthy, very well, and it holds the wave well. And a nice job comes out. By doing this kind of work, you can perm smoothly. Here, when you wrap it in one vertical way, when the curls fall, literally revealing the wave. Hug. The shape we wrap is also very important. Vertically one way to preset the perm backwards to the front. We were wrapping here according to the direction of hair exit. Wrap in one vertical way by applying vertical separations. Applying pearl tunnies. I continue our wrapping process. I wet the hair lightly here. then swollen with a comb. Now there were metal swollen combs before. I was hugging those perms with him much more easily. By the way, because I usually use a plastic skewer comb. Plastic skewer is wrapped in a comb so easily. You used it all the time. But I use plastic skewer comb perm paper. I applied it from the end, as you can see. Perm paper also stones from the front end. For wrapping, it wraps very easily because it prevents it from falling apart. It helps you wrap. Because there is paper inside. Penetrates the perm medicine inside. And medicine do hair well. It makes it population here. If you don't have a perm and paper, you can also use normal small napkins. You can use it by cutting. U2 perm haircut coloring. Retouched keratin care. Micro welding hair extension services. So, if you want to have studies about hairdressing, if you want to get service from the hairdresser, there are social media addresses in the description section of my video. By making an appointment by reaching me here. Well, I usually always work by appointment. Haircut coloring from me to come as an appointment. Perm hair coloring. Ombre sombre and other hairdressing services. You can get service in the best way. Hair design, suitable for your 100 gold. By analyzing the model you want on your hair, I can apply it best. As you can see, now the hill is left. We wrap the other parts. Here I adjust the angle of the video. Yes, after wrapping the top part. Now, after doing that, the process of applying the perm medicine comes. Friends in perm medicine 1. And there is a second drug process. Perm medicine. After wrapping the perm, we wrap it wet. In a moist way. There will be no dripping water like this. The hair will be damp, friends. You know, comfortable lint. So when you comb it, it will not be mohair and lint. Needs a hug. Here is the first 25 minutes after wrapping the perm process. We will put cotton on the edges after applying the medicine well. 1, and there is a dual drug, perm drug, 1. And 2, as well as the first drug for natural hair. 2, it goes from medicine to for dyed hair. And a fixator we call E2. In a way with the foam we apply in the washing set. She fixes her hair too. We first wrapped it now after 1. You know, this is for her natural hair. We will apply the medicine. So our model's hair is natural, because there is no paint. We will apply the perm medicine suitable for natural hair. There is also one for normal dyed hair. And on which hair type can we apply perm oil? Only for natural and dyed hair. I prefer to apply it to the hair. Highlight opening painting. Honey and other balayage style, that is, the hair that has been opened. We do not apply the perm process because they are worn out. Extra 2. Well, my perm works are a bit of a chemical process. So her hair really deforma, that is, on her worn hair. And the perm is done completely, and the wave process does not hold wave well. It doesn't fluctuate, and it wears out the worn hair even more. So I can make myself some other hairdressers. Maybe he can do it without wearing it, but I have worn out hair. Relaxed hair, ombre hair. Balayage applied to hair or opening. Hair dyeing process applied. I don't do perm. Only made of normal plain paint. Or I apply the perm process to natural hair. Here, while applying the perm process, as you can see, applying vertical separations to the hair in the best way. Steppily thin. Neither too thin nor too thick, taking one pinch. I'm getting the hair. After that, I comb the hair in a good way according to the direction of exit. If the ends are a little dry, I wet them. After scanning well, to the end parts, by slightly wetting the perm paper. I'm wetting the perm paper. As you can see, after wrapping hair, I'm coming to the end of the hair and the end, and I take it for perm curler. From the end, I'm wrapping my thumbs. I hug and perm tire. I tire it to the bottom of your hair. If you rubber your hair on it, it will definitely loosen, will not be stuck, so that the bottom of the hair, if you tire in any way, while applying the perm medicine, the hair will stay tight. It will also protect itself without dispersing. As you can see, I'm wetting the medicine of the finger, and I bring it according to the end of the hair. I fold it and came to the end, as you can see. And I got the turkey. Perm and curler. From left to right. I wear so the tire part to come to my left hand. Yes, as you can see, I apply my wrapping process beautifully. Just like that. Look at the bottom, as you can see. After applying, I wrap it to the bottom shape of the tire, and I attach it to the bottom of your tire from there. And then again, this is the last piece. I think I will wrap the last piece too. And then we start to apply the perm process medicine. Here is how I apply the perm process. You want with a cotton. You can apply. I say perm medicine with cotton with a sponge. If you want, I put E1 spray E in the box. And each handle is individually permed E. I sprayed your medicine in the form of a spray, friends. If you have a nice sponge, take the sponge one by one, E. You can apply. If you don't have a sponge or spray can, nice shape squeezing. With him, perm medicine one by one. But how many you wrapped here one by one, thin and thin? You know, you need to penetrate the perm drug. It's very important. You can't do anything. Good population 3. If you don't feed the medicine well, or if you don't population well, what's up here? It's a lot of trouble this time, guys, because the drug perm medicine, when it does not penetrate the hair, it doesn't fluctuate well, so the hair doesn't hold. That's why you will get one bad result. You need to penetrate the perm medicine into good number hair, so you need to eat well. Yes, our wrapping process is over. As you can see, it's very nice one. We applied the wrapping process here. Now, I took gloves in my hand and squeezed it together with the spray. Because it is a permalogic chemical substance, so no one should come to you. So much, it is not a chemical substance that will harm the body a lot. But after all, you know, we squeeze the hair because it also comes to the customer's hair. You know, it's not very chemical. But because she shaped the hair anyway, there are some chemicals in it. That's why I wear gloves. Here I spray with spray, as you can see the spray shape. And rubbing with my hand. Will I make the perm medicine penetrate? Of course, you know, perm drugs, they have a very heavy smell. Do this to your customer. You have to say, knowing that you smell heavy, it needs to be done consciously. And when the one who made the perma made my statement like this, also to people who want to do, you have to say, in perma, customers usually dream. When I do perm with gorgeous curls, without using anything, they have one dream, like I will use it. These are definitely not like that. Perm hair, okay, waving, but necessarily one shaping foam with dry shaping cream or jelly. Hair after washing. Wave shape, shape, shape. Needs to do shaping. In this process, friends must be ye yourself. I mean, after perming the customer, he is at home. So he won't be able to use it with a normal curl, because it will have to shape with the help of a Vigo. We'll apply the cream or dry it a little. Those who want to do it before they have it done, you need to tell. I'm for those who want to do it again. I'm definitely telling you all that you should be aware of, because we do the perm to the customer. Going after that, my hair didn't wave the way I wanted. Then he says he didn't have curls because why didn't she style her hair at home? That's why he says your hair looks like my perm is broken. Because if you don't wave the hair, no matter how wavy it is, but it gets a little ticklish. That tickling, to get that beautiful wave, she must shape her hair. As you can see here, I apply the perm process to the hair one by one. So we apply the perm medicine. I squeeze it with my finger. Good hair. Let him eat. So I let him penetrate. If we don't do it like this, that is, if we don't apply it one by one, if it does not penetrate one by one, some places are wavy. Some places are like her old hair, so it just doesn't hold. This does not get a good result either. All the service you have done is wasted. Perm medication must be conscious. One professional person, or the medicine of a person who drives. Sometimes these guys are so busy. So the masters know well to the assistants. But assistants also need to drive it well. Because if he doesn't eat well, perm medicine if it does not penetrate the hair. Hair is not wavy, guys. You need to be aware of this. So it needs to be applied to the hair very well. And here you follow the hair you do well. You have to because it's too much. You get confused after a certain point. I wonder if I did it to him. You need to squeeze the perm medicine by applying region by region, E. Or you need to apply it with foam. I put the spray in the spray box somehow. Because I'm bored. Well, I also applied the hair perm medicine accordingly. So I used it well. Sometimes with foam. When you squeeze it, it can drip when you take it and put water. It's like this in the towel. With this. When you spray again, it definitely drips in the hair, friends. Sure. Your favorite name is me now. I put a towel. You need to pay attention to it too. The perm hair, I say the hair, and it opens the hair, can also open the customer's clothes. So make sure to put 1 or 2 towels. Hair may run out after applying the perm medicine. Because I is gravity. No matter how much it drips down, guys. So his shirt can come to his clothes. It can be open too. Good one needs to be protected. You see it there. It flows to the ear. This is a very troublesome process, friends. Perm process. By the way, I'm here to cure them all one by one. I applied 2 perm drugs to this hair, so 2 boxes. 1 box may not be enough, friends, because I wanted to secure my job, so I applied a lot. Hair. This process, we apply all of them one by one in the same way to all hair. After you population the perm medicine, well, friends, now to the edges with this cotton E. Your hair is like this E. I apply cotton on the edges, friends. And then I wrap stretch film all. From the extreme point of the perm, all circularly. Everywhere, vertically, as you can see. I roll and apply it to the edges. It prevents the hair from flowing. It flowed. The hair inevitably flowed. The hair prevents him from coming to his face. Prevents him from coming to his shirt. Then, I wrap the hair with stretch film. It should not be exposed because perm medicine. A little light E warms the hair with its own body temperature. An extra 3. You don't need to apply heat, guys. After applying this wrapping process, "25 minutes, maximum 30 minutes. According to the condition of the drug, which some companies say wait 25 minutes. Some companies say wait 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. According to him, I used product has a waiting time of 25 minutes 1. 25 minutes after doing this wrapping. We are waiting. Here we wrap the hair beautifully. All from the front so that it doesn't get air. I did hair packaging with stretch film. do something perm, as you can see after this process is over. I applied 2 towels on a piece of paper so that our customer does not come over, but I'm changing them again right now. I'm applying 1 new towel. It will wait 25 minutes like this. After applying the perm process. So he has to wait 25 minutes after taking my perm medicine. After the waiting process is over. Yes, friends, perm process, 25 minutes waiting process. After waiting, well, we rinse the hair for 10 minutes in no way. There is no residue of the perm process you have applied. In the second process, after clarifying, this is a sponge I have applied right now. A process we call fixator. The mixture of it is like this. 100 gram fixator, 100 gram, you apply it to the bowl with normal water and it's a foaming thing and it fixes the hair. And he smells that perm medicine. Friends, after driving like this, the fixator waits for 15 minutes. Then we open the hair. But before applying the hair to the perm fixture, guys, I'm definitely saying this. You need to rinse the perm medicine completely. Because, stop rinsing. Fixator, if you do well without rinsing, this time in the fixing process, you can damage the hair again. So when making the second drug, you need to rinse the hair completely. Never forget this. As you can see, our hair has wavy curls. This fixator is also good. How did we make the perm medicine in the same way? Well, we got your hair populated. Here too, she foamed her hair well, foaming that fitratura and all the hair. We foam the permalici one by one as we do it again.